Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast NXT July 8th post show. It's your boy Ron T, the Icon.
It's your boy ABE from DET.
And this was the NXT before their 3 PLEs coming up. We got,
The Go Home Show.
it's the go home show for the Great American Bash and for Evolution. And they packed a lot in this episode of NXT. They packed a lot.
That
Um,
they did. No diddy.
but but we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. NXT kicks off with your North American champion Ethan Page on commentary as Ricky Saints goes on a gauntlet match against the Vanity Project, and the first two members of the Vanity Project was Swipe Right, which he defeated both of them, and then the Evolve champion Jackson Drake enters for the third member. He defeats him as well as Jackson tries to do a swanton. Ricky gets his knees up, hit him with the Rochambeau, gets the win, which means he gets to choose the stipulation for him and Ethan Page's match, which he says he wants to do a falls count anywhere. So at the Great American Bash, Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints, North American Championship on the line, falls count anywhere. Abe, what did you think of this match?
AKA the AEW recycled wrestler match. That's what I'm calling this. But before I get started, special shout out in the chat. Shout out Jody. Today is his birthday. Everybody go wish Jody happy birthday, man. Great guy right there, Jody, man.
Yeah,
where's
happy
Chris?
birthday, Jody.
Chris out there saying yeet.
Yeet.
Yeah, let's get it. Where are we at with it next? You said main event?
No,
open.
the Vanity Project versus Ricky Saints. What did you think of this match? No,
Yeah.
I actually got two questions. What do you think of this match, and do you think this was probably bad for Evolve more than anything?
No, I don't think it was bad for Evolve. I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I thought that the guys who are coming up, like I say, I don't watch that shit. I can't watch Evolve. I can't watch none of that stuff. It's just a little too much for me. I like professional shit. I barely watch college sports, so I get the feel of that when I watch Evolve, LFG, and all this other shit. It's enough professional wrestling, okay? But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed this. Ricky and Ethan, I like the feud, but it's feeling kind of, what's the word after secondary? Triple dairy, quadruple dairy? It just feels like it's so down the line of things of importance right now, but it's something. I know they're going to tear down the house when it comes to a match. That's all I know.
Yeah, they really have good chemistry in the ring. I think it's gonna be a good match too. And I kind of agree with you. This is not actually bad for Evolve. Everybody knows that even though Jackson Drake is the Evolve champion, he is also still in Evolve. So he's an up and coming wrestler still. It's supposed to be below NXT, so he should have lost. But it also gives them a chance to be showcased on NXT television because, like you said, not everybody's watching Tubi for Evolve. So
exactly.
Shout out to the Vanity Project. Good showing, good time to get yourself on TV, and aligning yourself with Ethan Page is never a bad thing.
Not at all.
All right, next up, we had a backstage segment where Lainey Reed continues to run her mouth in the women's locker room, getting in everybody's business, and which sets up a match between her and Kalani Jordan. What is up with Lainey Reed, man? She just likes to run her mouth and get herself into some trouble.
I'm gonna dive into Big E's bag. Who is Lainey? I don't know who the hell she is. Who? That's what I'm saying. I don't watch this extra shit, so I'm seeing her the last few weeks at NXT. She's growing on me, but other than that, we'll see where it goes. I can't really give an opinion. I don't know who the hell she is.
Yeah, I don't think she came from Evolve or anything like that, or even LFG. I'm not sure. Like I said, I didn't watch LFG either. But what I did know is that as Charlotte Flair was going through her rehab, that was her training partner.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that probably set her right up to be thrown right into the mix of NXT. Just being Charlotte Flair's training partner can't go wrong there.
Right.
So then after this, we get a little comical video showing Jordan Grace training. She gets a call from Blake Monroe saying that she was having a car pick her up so they can do a glam workout. So we will see what that meant later on in the night. But the next match, Charlie Dempsey versus Tavion Heights. And if Tavion Heights wins, he is out of the NQCC. And this match, it looked like a match full of animosity, man. They were hitting each other with some really hard, cheap shots. At one point, um, he knocked Tavion masks off and slapped him in the face. They were outside the ring. Tavion's leg was stuck in between the steel steps and the ring, and Charlie Dempsey was damaging his legs and ended up putting him in the STF. The entire time, you had Ren Sinclair on the outside yelling for him to stop. And then Tavion was in the STF. He refused to tap out, and Ren Sinclair throws in the towel to save him. This the implosion of the NQCC with all this animosity. I'm kind of liking it, but it's I want to see where it's gonna go. What did you think of this, Abe?
Last week, I really didn't like it. I didn't like it when it's headed here. But now that we're here, I actually like that he won. And it's like, okay, you think you big and bad, but now you got to get back in line, know your role, and earn your way back. And this could get us to develop a relationship with
Hmm.
Tavion, start feeling sorry for him. So when that moment does come, when he gets his second chance to leave, it'll be something that the fans will like. So I'm all for it. This is building characters. This is
Yeah.
the first time I saw Tavion in a light where, I might root for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I agree with you because that was something we said last time. It's like he has the skill in the ring, but it's something about his character that they haven't done yet to make
Something
you actually
clicking.
care about
Something
him.
clicking right now.
Yeah, so something's starting to click. And it might end up just being him and Ren Sinclair separating the way it's
Hmm.
looking right now. So, that you can't go wrong with that as well.
Definitely.
And then next up, we got Javon Evans in the back talking to Hank and Tank, telling them that they're going to get their lick back on the culling tonight, just like he got his lick back on Jasper Troy. And right as he said that, Jasper Troy attacks him in the back and lays Javon Evans out. Man, he's getting known for jumping people in the back, man. Well, your boy Jasper Troy got the look. He got the attitude. We'll see if they make him care about us a little bit more. But what did you think of this? Javon
Yo,
Evans catching another L.
I'm all cool with that. He's just gonna be the L taker. That's what I'm
Yeah.
calling his name is. But somebody we do need to talk about is Jasper Troy. I'm
Yeah.
starting to really like he came. I'm like, okay, I'm hearing he's the guy from LFG. Da 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 da. Da. We'll see. Obafemi, he's still going. Now what he's doing with Javon Evans, it's like, yo, this a player right here.
Yeah.
This is a player right here. So that's what I've been watching. Javon Evans, he's gonna be what he's gonna be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He don't need to be great right now. He's so young. He's so athletic in the ring. He don't need to be great. He got plenty of time to develop. But Jasper Troy, let's
Yeah.
put him on a fast track right now.
Yeah. I agree. I hope he doesn't stick around longer than he needs to. I hope he
Right?
stays there just as long as he needs to develop and then let him move on so we don't end up with another Oba situation to where nobody else can match him.
Right, right,
So,
right.
yeah, I'm kind of liking where they're going with Jasper Troy as well. Next up is your favorite match of the night.
Oh
We
God.
got Santana and Joe Hendry versus High Rise. And if Chuck was here, we would have did the whole song, and I would have went to.
Well, I ain't doing that shit.
But
So cut
but
the Zoom off and sit straight.
the Joe Hendry and Santana, they did pretty good. This was a really good match, actually. I enjoyed this match. Joe Hendry and Santana had the whole match under control at one point, but then Trick Williams comes out, takes out Joe Hendry. Wesley calls a distraction, but Santana, that guy, overcame the distraction and still gets the win. But after the match, Trick Williams and High Rise beat down Joe Hendry and Mike Santana. But I'm liking what they're doing with TNA. I'm liking what they're doing with some of this talent, especially Mike Santana. But what did you think of this match overall and afterwards?
You took the words right out of my mouth. Mike Santana. We said this a couple of weeks ago. It's no male stars coming up, but slowly they cooking. We just mentioned Jasper Troy. We're not saying he there yet. Now we mentioned Mike Santana. We not there yet. Just keep building that male top tier wrestling layer of competition, because right now, like I said, it's Oba Trick, but Mike Santana, man, it's just a lot of people think it's gonna be Joe Hendry to get the title back in TNA. I got a gut feeling it's actually Mike Santana. Joe Hendry needs to go up to the main roster, bigger, better things. It's a spot for him up there. So especially with all the seasons coming up with the SummerSlam and everything, War Games. So I could see Joe Hendry on the main roster and Santana being the one to be the next TNA champ.
Yeah, I agree. And I think I believe Joe Hendry's contract is probably coming up with TNA.
Yeah.
He's inevitably going to be signed to WWE, and I agree with you.
And
And I
then it's
think
so hard to take those contracts. It's like I just feel like WWE owned TNA. He already signed to WWE.
yeah, pretty much. But
Yeah,
if you want to continue to lift up TNA,
yeah.
you want Santana to go over so he can
Facts, facts.
carry it until his contract is up, and inevitably he ends up in WWE as well.
Yep.
But yeah, I like this too. Another thing that I did like too, I think, which I missed, like we were speaking of TNA, we had a message video from Dark State again, hinting that they were the one to take out Hank and Tank last week. And they also put a warning out to TNA and NXT because they showed up in TNA and they took out Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder. So they're doing damage both on NXT and TNA. As long as they're using Dark State and making them continue to look like a menace, I'm all for it. But what did you think of this segment?
I love Dark State, but here is my one big point of criticism, and I beg they do this, please. Please, WWE NXT, Shawn Michaels, Michael Hickenbottom, whatever you want to call yourself. Take my advice here. Let there be a clear, obvious leader of this group, and let it be Sugar. I'm tired of all these guys talking right now. Shut the fuck up, okay? Who's the boss? Who's running this shit? Every group has that guy. I can feel we're trying to develop each character, but I think Sugar seems to be the leader, and we should emphasize that to build him, just like every other faction has their guy. And everybody else, shut the fuck up, because every time you talk, you make them look stupid.
You know what I think they should have? I think they should have Sugars as the number one, and I think they should have Lennox as number two
That
because
wouldn't be bad.
he was the first guy that came out before they even did it in the first place, and then they showed that he can talk a little bit. But I think Sugars as the head and Lennox as the second in command will work perfectly. So like you said, have a clear leader, let it be Sugars. Lennox can be number two, and then the rest of the guys follow suit after that. But
Exactly.
yeah, I mean they got something going. I hope they don't mess it up. That's
Don't
what I
mess it
gotta
up,
say.
please. I like it. It's good.
Something else that I thought they were gonna mess up, and they made me a little bit more intrigued. We got Oba and Inamura face off in the middle of the ring, where Inamura says that he is ready to make his family, friends in the NXT universe proud when he fights with honor and defeats Oba. Oba responds by telling him that the people that love him can pick up the pieces when he's done with them. Then Briggs got a little cocky and started talking for Inamura. He said, "This is not your fight. Stay out of it," which led to a brawl. And he knocked Briggs down, also hit Inamura, and Inamura ends it by slamming Oba, and the refs break it up. I'm a little bit more intrigued. Of course, we believe that Oba is going to win. They're going to make it look like Inamura is the underdog and might have a chance. I just want them to make it a really good, intriguing match, and it looks like they're leaning a little bit towards that. What did you think of this, Abe?
In the words of Paul Heyman, this is not a spoiler, but Briggs is going to cost him the title. His attitude, everything he's doing, his demeanor right now,
Yeah.
Just wanting to be in Inamura's spotlight right now. I just see it coming a mile away, and it could be interesting. Maybe then we get an evil Briggs. Like we say, develop these characters, get these males credible to be heavyweight champions, and I'm not. I always like Briggs, man.
Mhm.
Always. What was that group he was in with them guys? What was
It
that?
was Briggs and I know
I forget the.
Fallon Henley Briggs, and then it was I can't remember the other guy's name.
I forget it, but it was a great group. That
Yeah.
was dope. So I know he got the skill. Just give him the ball, let him shine. Hopefully, this is the catapult to that with
Mhm.
him costing Enamora the title.
Yeah, and I see a few coming with Inamura and Briggs. I see Briggs probably losing, or his old partner coming back since he got kicked out of the culling, and then you reunite them as a tag team again, make that tag division strong.
Right.
All right, coming up after this, we got another video with Blake and Jordan, and their glam workout ended up being a spa day. So it
Mm.
was kind of funny. I got a couple chuckles, but I guess they're trying to build up their relationship before this tag match and leading into the match after that. So we'll see where that goes. But I see, they're trying to build Blake Monroe's character, introduce people to her a little bit more. I just really want to get to seeing her in the ring. That's where I'm at with it right now because we know what she could do as when she was Mariah May. So I'm really excited to see her in the ring. Um, Next up, though, we got the match that was set up earlier on. We got Kalani Jordan versus Laney Reed, and Laney Reed put up one hell of a fight, but the experience of Kalani Jordan was helped her get the upper hand when she got the win. But after the match, Thea Hale attacks her, and they fight to the back. What did you think of this match, though? Did you think that Laney Reed is really getting a little bit of a chance to shine whenever she gets in the ring?
Yeah, she was, and she was definitely given a chance to shine. I enjoy her wrestling, but a bigger note is not only did Kalani win inside the ring, congratulations, she won outside of the ring as her and Carmelo Hayes are now engaged. He is him, her is her, and they are in love. Congratulations from the Holy Shhh
Congratulations.
Podcast. But yeah, great match, incredible, man.
Yeah, I like her submission game right now. I think Laney Reed should really focus more on that vicious streak that she has and the submission games. So just continue to build on that. I think if you put her as like a submission specialist, that'll really work well for her character.
Yep.
Then again, we got Javon Evans in medical, and they asked him, "Is he okay?" And then Jasper Troy comes back to finish the job. It looks like attacking Javon Evans in medical. He can't catch a break, man. He
He
couldn't
don't
catch
need
a
a
break
break.
all night.
He don't need a break. He need this young boy whipping, get him in line, pay your dues. Even though you've been here before, Jasper Troy, he's still just a young kid.
I think it's good for him. Set up these feuds, let him get some more reps,
Yep.
build his character a little bit more, make him believable.
Got plenty of time.
Yep, he got plenty of time, and you don't. If you really want him to be the future, you really want to make sure that he has an understanding of how it goes here, and like the system, how to run everything, so he can just hit the ground running once he gets to the main roster. Because
Yep.
inevitably, that's where he's going to go at some point. And then we got something else a little bit more intriguing as well. We got Rizzo setting up a meeting with the family to try to squash the entire family drama, and they have a triple threat match: Luca, Stacks, and Tony D to finally squash this beef. Um, we'll see what happens after this, but I am honestly, I don't know who's gonna win this, but I think it should be a really good match. They've been together for a while. They should have a lot of chemistry. They should be able to work out a really good match, especially a triple threat match with all of them. And I honestly hope that Luca comes out looking strong in this because I think he's the one that needs the most development in this.
Yep.
All right, next up, we have Jasper Troy coming out to the ring, and he demands that Ava put him in that match between Oba and Inamura as a triple threat match. Javon Evans comes out to the ring, a brawl breaks out, and Javon ends up coming up on top on that one. So looks like they're setting up. I don't know if this is probably going to go to Great American Bash because I think they needed to set up some more matches. So I'm guessing we're gonna get Jasper Troy and Javon Evans. Which will probably be announced on social media or something like that because they didn't announce it tonight. But I want to see this match now. I actually want to see this match. I want to see what they're gonna do with it.
I like matches like this where it's David Goliath, big guy, little guy,
Mm,
his high flying versus his brute strength. It's got to be some damn good selling by Javon Evans because he
yeah,
is gonna get tossed around like a rag doll.
I want to see some Ricochet levels
Yes,
selling in
yes,
this match.
some Dolph Ziggler-ish.
Yeah. But the last match of the night, we had the Coling versus Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Championship. And after loads of shenanigans, including Izzy and Tatum, Zaruka comes to the ring to even the playing field, and Hank and Tank gets the win to retain their titles. But as this Izzy and Tatum saga continues, including Zaruka. We'll see how that goes later on. But what did you think? I thought this was overall a really good match.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Sean Spears, man, he don't get enough credit.
Yeah,
But continue to reinvent himself, continue to stay in the loop. And now his wife is back in action as well over on TNA. So
yeah,
shout out Sean Spears real quick, man. But yeah, I love the calling and what him it's an elevation type group. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's there to set the spotlight for up and coming people. But this match, good match, solid. The right winner won, the
yeah.
right outcome.
They had one spot in the match which was really funny though. Sean Spears knocked Hank over like the announcer table, and they took Booker T out right before the commercial break. So Booker T was laid out at one point right before the commercial break. I thought that
Oh
was pretty
yeah,
funny.
man.
Yeah, they said, "You're right." He said, "Oh man, it's crazy out here."
All right.
And then NXT ends with Ava discussing how historical Evolution 2 will be. And then you had people from the NXT, Raw, and SmackDown women's roster came out. Everybody looks like some of the people that are participating in this battle royal. They show up, they talk about why they're next up, and then the brawl, a big brawl of the women happened. I was surprised to see Stephanie Vicure back that early, since they called her up to the main roster, and they've been using her on main event, which I was surprised about. Um, but we'll see what happens with this battle royal and how they use her in this battle royal. And I don't know, man. I want to get excited about Evolution because of how historic it is and how big it should be. But I think they are making a lot of mistakes with this build to this Evolution pay per view. And I'm still going to watch it. I'm still going to be excited to see the matches because I'm always excited to see this women's division because they have such like a stacked women's division and they all put on good matches. But I think it's just really lazy with the build up to this PLE, especially jumbling it together with the main event and the Great American Bash, and then you got Evolution all on the backs of this AEW All In, and I feel like they should have just did it the next week. I feel like they should have gave it its own weekend because that's what it deserved. But overall, what did you think of this? This you feel the same way leading up to Evolution?
Yeah, I pretty much feel the same way about the build up leading up to it. And what it kind of reminds me of is just it's lazy attention to detail. This seems like just they put this together just to compete with All In. And it's a disservice to
Yeah,
the women just because they could have paid attention to the detail a little more, built some stories a little longer. You know when the hell you doing a PLE. You got plenty of time
exactly.
to build stuff. You got tournaments. You could do something. And even today, that pissed me off, a little lack of attention to detail. You had Stephanie come out. And then you had your United States champion in the crowd behind Jada Parker. Why isn't she coming down? She's got a title and she's coming from the crowd like she wants a piece of something. They should want a piece of her. That was Julia.
Yeah,
And so this whole thing right now, everything today, all these, what was Ivy now? I understand she's in it, but it was just too much, man. It should have been
yeah.
focused on certain things and not everything. Like, let's just rush it all together. We got to put it out there. But so yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it like you, not on the day of, because I am not watching nothing but All In this weekend.
Mhm.
Everything else will be pre-watch or post-watch. But yeah, I'm all for it, man. I like where it's headed, Evolution, but please, you should give the women more respect.
You know what I hope that they don't do? Like I said, and I said we had mentioned on our in studio show about TKO looking more and more kind of like the Vince McMahon era. And I hope they don't use this as an opportunity to say, see, this is why we didn't do Evolution because it didn't get as many viewers or something like that, even though this build has been a disservice to the women's division, especially how consistent they've been with over the last couple years.
Yep,
Um,
especially NXT.
yeah, and I hope they don't use this as a barometer to, well, guess we're gonna wait another 5 or 6 years before we do another Evolution. Um, Yeah, I hope they just don't do anything like that, man.
I'm here. Camera just went dead.
Yeah, I saw that. Um, but yeah, I just hope they don't use this as a barometer to say, well, yeah, see, the women can't draw or something like that. And if they're gonna do Evolution 2, come up with another women's PLE later on in the year and put that out. And don't try to compete with something as big as an All In with AEW, with this being one of their big main pay per views. Like, just don't try to stack everything together. Give them their own weekend.
Right, right.
But on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give today's NXT?
Today's NXT on a scale of 1 to 10, I enjoyed the depth that we're headed with Briggs. I enjoyed Jasper Troy's development. This is what I screened for a couple of weeks ago, so I'm going to give them credit for that. I'm going to say about an 8.9 today for me.
Okay. And mine is lower than yours. I'm giving it a 7, just because this is the lead up to like too much. It's like they try to put too much into one show. In my opinion, you've already set up for the Great American Bash. You could have had maybe a couple segments dedicated to that. And then they should have really like honed in and focused on this evolution because they didn't really do it like a build up leading up to this. So I
Right.
was a little bit disappointed. I feel like it's a little rushed, it's a little jumbled, and I feel like they could do better. So I'm giving it a 7.
7 from Ryan T. Wow.
Yeah. But the next time they can see you is tomorrow night for
A real go
AEW
home show.
Dynamite. You and Bob, bro, for AEW
A
Dynamite. Yeah,
real go home show.
yeah, they've been cooking the last couple weeks as well. So,
And
um,
everybody, let it be known. I got some messages about what are we covering this weekend. I mean, it's every man for themselves. Ron can do whatever he like. I'm covering AEW. I'm sorry. I won't be doing no WWE until AEW All In is over.
what days
Sorry.
are that?
Huh?
Is just Saturday and Sunday, or is it just
Just
Saturday?
one day for AEW, but
What day is that?
I'm pretty sure it's Saturday.
Okay, so I'm guessing that the best thing to do is probably do a post show for I guess Great American Bash and maybe Evolution on Sunday or something like that. Maybe
Something
we
like
could do
that.
that.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
AEW comes first. The hell with WWE, you goddamn monopolizing bastards.
but yeah, that's what we got, and we got Thursday, of course, our in studio show.
Yep.
Friday we got SmackDown. That's I guess that's the go home show for main event.
I guess so. Whatever.
And wait, no, it's the go home show for Goldberg's retirement show.
And don't forget on Thursday, it's a special edition of Collision. So me and Barbara will be on Wednesday for Dynamite and Thursday for Collision.
Yeah, how long they've been doing that a lot? Wednesday and
It's just been
Thursday.
the schedule. And in the last few weeks, it's been something interfering, but it works out. I like it. I like Collision during the week.
Yeah. All right. Well, until next time, tomorrow you shall see Ball Bro and Aid. And it's your boy Ron T the Icon for the Holy Shhh Podcast.
It's your boy AB from DET.
I thought we was gonna see Chuck today.
I
I
thought
I,
you were
I thought
too.
we was gonna see Chuck, but Chuck, We missed you. I thought you would have watched this today.
I don't miss you. Stay where
I
the hell you at, bastard.
I would have liked to hear him complain about some stuff today too. So, all right. Until next time.